Beautiful people. In this video, we spoke about pledges and gift.
So this is a document that is used if you want whatever amount that you're making from whatever workplace to be deducted as a non-taxable amount because it's used as a gift to your 508 entity.
There is a particular phrase, a word used here. See this term, pledge. Unbeknownst to you, that webinar was an introduction to something that can be done on a bigger scale. Getting to the money requires a lot of documents. Keeping the monies takes just a few page document, 1, 2, 3 documents. As emphasized in this particular webinar, not the amount of money that you make that determines wealth, it's the amount that you keep. And let me show you something. I want you to listen to what this billionaire is saying and how it correlates as a principle, foundational principle, because it can be applied at any stage of development you're in. Unbeknownst to you, this is a life skill that was shown to you that you can use on many different levels.
I don't know if you know that I've signed the Giving Pledge. The Giving Pledge is...
He used this term, given pledge. Very much like that document just shown. Given is just another doublespeak he just used here for gift. And he used the term blatantly, pledge. Now, according to this billionaire, what is the purpose of why he used a gift pledge? Listen.
I don't know if you know that I've signed the Giving Pledge. The Giving Pledge is an initiative by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. They decided to get billionaires around the world to sign this pledge, where billionaires give away half of their wealth to philanthropy.
Let's pause right there. To those who are blind about how certain things work in a world of monies, they will think, oh, look at that. Wealthy people are so nice. They want to help people. With the amount of wealthy people that exist in this world, well, let me not put it that way. With the amount of monies held by wealthy people in this world, because there are not a lot of people who are that wealthy. There are very few billionaires relative to the human population. The amount of money that is held by them, if truly they're engaged in philanthropic things, and trust me, everyone will be properly educated, and there will be no such thing as middle class or lower class. It's that simple. Therefore, this gift pledge that this billionaire is speaking about is what other billionaires have come together to create a trust so that upon their passing, that philanthropic act he's speaking of, it's not to assist some child in the hood somewhere in the Americas or in Europe. It's not to assist some hungry, quote unquote, African kid with flies bouncing off of his eyeballs and his ribcage basically showing with him putting his hands up in front of the camera. No, he's not assisting the cliche view of some woman with some bucket on her head walking at a distance near a savannah with a tree that's half dead, and you hear some random African drum in the background. No, that's not who these guys are not helping those people. That's just the cliche programming that's been given to people. What these guys are doing, Warren Buffett, Bill and Melinda Gates, they have created a trust for themselves. And they are using the power of the principle. It's a foundational principle, well known by many people. When you pledge a property, in this case, monies, because your money is your properties. When you pledge monies as a gift and you do it for a good purpose, no different than you are when it comes to your 508. For those who have the documents from the website, you know what the words in there says. That's the key. That's the loophole right there. That it's a game that everyone is playing. All the way from the ones on top that don't have to ever work or worry about work for money ever in their lives, and don't have to worry about being hired as CEOs anymore because they're the investors who hire the CEO. All the way to the everyday man who wakes up, knows that, okay, I have a family. I have to work hard for them because I want my children to do better than me. Whatever concept people have in their mind as to why they're waking up and actually going out there and serving humanity for real. The actual everyday man functionally making the world move. They should know about this. You can use the same thing. These guys are doing it in-house amongst other wealthy people to say, look, I know we're all wealthy. We have to keep our wealth. So let's create a trust funds for ourselves. For philanthropy, meaning if your child needs something in the future and he turns into a crackhead, does not know the same level of financial education that I know and the connections that I have, or the powers in the world of currency shift. You from Europe, Asia Major, you from Asia Minor, that are wealthy, we can all look after each of our children in the future. So philanthropy, that's what this man is speaking of. Don't get it twisted. He's not doing it for the everyday man. I'm here to emphasize it to you as an everyday man. You can do the same thing, but start with your own self. There's no way you can do it for others like your children if you don't have that experience in your life as to how it's done. Like I always say, all it takes for you is to know that reality exists. That is the life hack we all have as a human in this thing called life. This is just a school. This whole life thing, it's just a school. Once you realize doing math in your brain is good, but one day you discover a calculator and you can just input the stuff and it just spits you out the numbers, your life becomes relatively easier. The same applies with money and taxes. Many people are getting taxed so much. These people avoid gift tax by using trust and pledging their monies to it, so long as it's for purposes relating to giving back to humanity. And he's giving game right here. Anyone who watches this podcast, hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, that watch this podcast will go, oh, what a kind-hearted, wealthy man. He really cares about people. Oh, I should model after him. But on the other hand, some people see, oh, this guy's smart. He knows what he's doing. But the emphasis here is the same can be done on all levels of existence, on all levels of financial status, because it's based on a principle. And one of the great privileges you have at North America is that anyone can do it. That's the power of capitalism. You can do it too, even if you're not a multi-billionaire, like this dude right here. You just have to know how.
I don't know if you know that I've signed the Giving Pledge. The Giving Pledge is an initiative by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett. They decided to get billionaires around the world to sign this pledge.
Hey, I'm inviting you to come join the Patreon page. Not only do you get access to documents, posts, and videos that you will never find on any other platforms, you also get instant access to webinars that otherwise will cost far more. And we speak of things that usually we would not be able to speak of on any other platforms far more freely. On top of that, you get the opportunity to send me monthly questions along with everyone else's questions, so you can see other people going through similar circumstances. You never know. What you think might be a stupid question is quite often very valid. On top of that, you get access to monthly question and answer archives from several years back from people who have gone through it and people who are going through it. Get information regarding things you experience daily that you didn't even know you could take advantage of when it comes to business, work, or other personal things. There's a community of people where you can bounce information off of, and they can give you some tips and tricks based on what they're currently going through in their respective venues that you might maybe want to link up with. And there's a high likelihood you're not going to find them anywhere else. And you also get the access to directly send me messages. Oh, and also if you are a tier 4 member, you get access to yet another monthly meeting where we actually answer as much questions as we can, and we're between an hour and a half, and in some cases up to 4 hours. In addition to that, we also show some exclusive lessons that are not going to be posted on Patreon or anywhere else but the tier 4 meeting alone. So come forth, come join the 500 plus people already on Patreon. And in some cases, we even give certain things out. And while you're at it, you might want to check out the store, subtlesubstanceservices.com. There might be a few things you want to pick up in there.